the text on your listing. The description buyers read after the photos, pull them in, is the second most important piece of marketing in your entire sale. And most listings get it badly wrong. Hey, my name is Manny Pantiga. I am the co-founder and CEO of locqube, an AI-powered home selling platform. And today I want to show you the structure that good listing copy follows, the specific words that sell versus the ones that scare buyers, and the things every seller is tempted to include and they should leave out. By the end, you'll be able to read any listing, including your own, like a buyer does. And here's the structure that works. Effective listing copy follows a simple structure. The first sentence, which is the headline, names the single most important feature on the home in plain language, not poetic, not aspirational, specific. Renovated 4-bedroom colonial on quiet cul-de-sac in your neighborhood or your schools. That sentence does 3 major jobs. It confirms the basic facts a buyer is filtering on, it names what's distinctive, and it positions the location. The second paragraph expands on the standout features, the renovation, the lot, the layout, whatever's strongest. 2 to 4 sentences make it concrete, and the third paragraph covers the neighborhood and lifestyle context. What living here is actually like. The fourth paragraph handles systems and recent updates with dates. And the fifth, if needed, handles any conditions buyer should know about upfront. That's it. Most listings should be under 250 words. Long descriptions don't sell harder. They bury the points that would have sold. Okay, so here are some words that work and words that actually don't work. Some words have measurably stronger performance in the listing copy. Specific descriptors of finishes, dates of updates, as we spoke about last week, named amenities, these read as credible. Quartz counters, refinished oak floors, 2023 HVAC, Viking range. These are concrete, verifiable, and tell the buyer that it's real. But as there are words that help, there are also words that hurt, like cozy. I know everybody uses cozy, but that reads small. Motivated seller. Let me pause here. Do not put motivated seller. If you are a seller and you're motivated, let the price say it, because it sends a really bad message to your buyers. It reads desperate. Must see reads as filler. Won't last reads as manipulation. TLC needed. Everybody knows that means that the property needs significant repairs. As is. Without context, for example, as is interesting, because without context, it raises every alarm. If you have maybe a small filtration issue that was fixed and it left a stain, don't put as is, because what the buyer is reading, that the house is a disaster, and you don't want to do that. And here is my least favorite one: priced to sell. If you have to say it, the market doesn't agree. You know how you know you're priced to sell? Because you sold. So the rule is that every word should add real information. If you cut a sentence and the description still makes the case, that sentence shouldn't have been there in the first place. So here's some things to leave out. 2 categories of context should almost always come out of the description. First, anything that reads as a personal story. This is a hard truth, but buyers don't care that you raised your kids here. They care that they can raise their kids there. The emotion of a home is yours to keep and yours to take. The listing is for the next family to imagine themselves in the space. Remember, once you put the house on the market, it stopped being yours. The second thing is any language that paints a buyer demographics. I gotta say this because federal housing law prohibits discriminatory descriptions, and the safe rule is describe the home, not the buyer. Perfect for a growing family, or ideal for empty nesters, or great for young professionals, all create real liability and don't help the listing. Describe the space and let the buyers self-select. Okay, read it like a buyer would. Here's another element that helps. Before you publish your listing, open your listing on your iPhone in airplane mode and read it as if you have never seen the home. Does the headline tell you what is distinctive about your property? Do the photos and the words tell the same story? Is there a single fact in the description that a skeptical buyer could call out as vague or unverifiable? If you were scrolling through 20 listings, would you click on this one? If you can honestly answer yes to all of those, you have some edits to make. Now, if you are in New York or in Connecticut, soon in more states. When you set up your listings on locqube, the platform drafts the listing copy from your features, your photos, and your neighborhood data, and then puts you in the review steps where you can see every section, edit any sentence, and run it through an AI check for tone, accuracy, and most importantly, fair housing compliance. The point isn't to write the listing for you. It's to give you a strong first draft so the work becomes editing, not blank page writing. And by the way, I'm not a good writer, so this is one of my favorite features to use even as an agent. Our platform also helps you flag the language patterns that quietly hurt listings before you go live. The next episode is one of my favorites: how to sell the neighborhood. Not just the house. Lifestyle and location are a huge part of what buyers are actually buying. And most listings, they treat it like an afterthought. Hope to see you next week.